This is the future. Evolution. This is the future.
Hey, what is up guys? Alex1 here and welcome to my review of the GMMK Compact. This is a 60% modular keyboard from Glorious, a company known for their recent, breakthroughs in PC products. Before we get into it, I just want to preface this by saying I've been in the mechanical keyboard market for quite some time now. I bought my first mechanical keyboard when I was 13, so it's been like 5+ years. And it's actually over there. It's still working. It's the Corsair Vengeance K70 with Cherry MX blue switches. It's a full-size keyboard. So compared to this one, it's this one's way tinier. This one has like around half the keys that the other one has. So this keyboard comes in at around 940 grams, around a kilogram of weight, and for Americans, 2.1 pounds. And yeah, despite being a smaller keyboard, it's actually heavier than the other ones, which is kind of surprising. Now, this keyboard has amazing build quality. There's literally like no flex in the chassis whatsoever. Not saying the Vengeance K70 had any, but if this one bends, you're probably Superman or something. The keyboard also features these chamfered edges, which I find quite nice. They're nice and white or silver. They're reflective, so they're kind of nice. Now, what makes this keyboard stand out from your average gaming keyboard? This keyboard is fully modular. It means that you can switch every single one of these one of the keys with any switch of your choosing. So for me, I went with the Kailh Box Navies. These switches are very tactile. They have 3.6 millimeters of travel and 60 grams of actuation force and 90 grams of bottom out. So you can push these guys really far. And for me, I kind of have strong fingers. So having a very tactile, like almost typewriter-like keyboard is quite a blessing to me. I find that I type better on this just because of how much I have to push down on each key. So it leads to less mistakes. We're going to do a quick sound test right now. So as you can see, they sound quite nice. With the fact that it's modular, it means that whenever I want to decide to switch to a different set of switches, I don't have to go ahead and buy a whole new keyboard and keycaps and everything. All I would have to do is buy a pack of switches of my desired, color or model or company, provided that they are, compatible with the 2-pin standard. So there are some switches that it wouldn't support, obviously. And then I just take these out and I put my switches back inside. Now, what's interesting is that in the back, it comes with this keycap remover tool. So you can remove your keycaps on the go. There's also a switch removal tool. That one's basically this, but made out of metal. So it's a little bit more heavy duty. So if I take it out, you can see that these are the Kailh Box Navies. However, what's interesting is that I play Osu, right? I don't play Osu as much anymore. I've actually transitioned to playing CSGO a lot. By a lot, I mean maybe 30 hours in the last 2 weeks. And the Z and X keys, I still kept as Cherry MX Red. So if you guys remember, I had this keypad that was in my most famous Osu video, Visual Clarity. And I basically took those two switches because the keypad was also modular. This is like a bigger version of the keypad. The keypad had only 2 keys and both of them were modular. The whole keyboard's modular. So for my Z and X keys, I made them Cherry Red, which is what I think is like what I like the best for Osu. And the rest of my keys are Kailh Box Navies. Now you might be asking yourself, doesn't this like feel weird when you type? Surprisingly not, actually. Surprisingly not. It feels quite the same. Sure, you don't get a tactile feedback from 2 of your keys, but that's fine. To me at least. Now, it's important to note that I actually got the switches, the keycaps, and the board from 3 different websites. So the GMMK I got from the Glorious PC Gaming Race website, their official website. The switches I got from kbdfans.com. They're 68 switch pack, and the keycaps I got from Banggood. But you can buy them on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description for the Amazon link. which has Prime, so it'll arrive faster. I had to wait so long for these keycaps. I believe this whole package took around 55 days to arrive, which is absurd considering the board is from Los Angeles and the board itself was like, it took longer than the switches that came from China. So it makes no sense. And I also bought the switches and the keycaps on a Black Friday deal. So I ended up paying actually less for this keyboard. This keyboard came out to an estimated, I'll put the actual price on screen, I don't want to say something, but that's how much it cost in US dollars. And to me, I think it's a pretty good deal because I know many keyboards that are around that price point, and I would prefer that you buy this over those if you can, because of the modular capabilities. Not to mention that this is the compact board, so if you want the full size board, it costs the same, which is kind of weird because you're paying more for like you're paying the same for less. But I've seen websites like Ducky Keyboards, for example, I'm pretty sure, that cost more for the compact version versus the full version. I've seen this trend, like at least before when I was shopping for keyboards, where the compact keyboard was more expensive than the full size one. So you were literally paying more for less. Paying the same for less is at least a better trade-off. In the box, it comes with the Ascended keycap, which is pretty nice. This wasn't part of the keycap I bought. And it comes also with a Glorious PC, like sort of function key or Windows key. So that's pretty neat. I didn't put this on here though, because that was black and I kind of like the red and like the little red and the white. It also came with some stickers, you know, that's pretty cool. These keycaps are actually PBT. So if you order off the Glorious website a pre-assembled version of this, they don't give you the PBT keycaps, they give you ABS. So these are a bit higher quality. I can definitely vouch for the quality of these keycaps. I actually like them quite a lot. I like the little texture on them. Some of the cons of this keyboard: it does not come with an included wrist rest, but you can buy one like on their actual own website. I just used to this keyboard with a wrist rest, and I haven't really had too much of a problem with it, except for, you know, that may be uncomfortable for some people. Another con is that this is a USB mini only keyboard. It does not come with USB-C or Bluetooth. And for this price point, there are keyboards that are not modular, or are modular but are more expensive, that do come with USB-C and do come with Bluetooth. So that may be something if you're concerned about. For me, I'm fine with it. The keycaps I got on these are the pudding keycaps. Now, these are apparently considered a sin on the r/mechanical keyboard subreddit, someone told me. But yo, these keycaps are actually fire. Like, I don't even understand. Like, you guys are sleeping on these keycaps. These keycaps basically have a translucent side, which when the LED lights up, it reflects through. Now for this keyboard, it's great because the back plate is actually black, and black doesn't really reflect LED colors that much, right? But if your keycaps are half translucent, that means the color is reflected through the keycaps and stuff. So it gives the keyboard a very nice glow, especially in the dark. And I think that's pretty cool, honestly. I think the only reason people don't like them is because they're overused, but hey, like, overused in a niche community of keyboard connoisseurs. I think the average person that comes from something like a Razer or Corsair keyboard is gonna love these. Or the average person that doesn't have $100+ to spend on keycap sets is gonna love a $20, $30 you know, set of pudding keycaps. Especially they're white when they're off, so it also looks pretty good. Now, something that might be a deal breaker for some of you: this keyboard does not have arrow keys, it does not have a function row, it does not have a numpad, needless to say, does not have page up, page down, and home, volume up, volume down, unless you decide to opt to use the function key. So what I mean by that is it doesn't have them on by default, but you'd have to press the function key and then another key. For example, function key I is up arrow, if you want to use those functionalities. Now, this took about a week of getting used to, and now I kind of prefer it over having actual arrow keys, because your hands move less. You just press the function key, and if the function key is too far for you to press, or if you don't like using your pinky, you can remap the function key to the caps lock key by holding them both. And so now you'll hold caps lock as if it's like a different shift button, because it's like right above shift, so it like performs like a secondary function, and you regain access back to all those keys that I just mentioned. It has very nice rubber grips on the bottom, and it comes with replacement ones in the box. So if they wear out, you could just take them out and replace them. These are very nice. They literally do not move on my desk. They're very good. And it also comes with these stands, which, just listen, it's so tactile. This whole package is very premium, and I'm quite pleased with it. Overall, I would recommend this to anyone looking to up their keyboard game from, you know, your average HyperX or Corsair keyboard. Not saying those keyboards are bad, but they only come with cherry switches, and you can't really experiment with different switch types. Once you get into the different, brands of switches and different feels and different sounds, and also you realize how much the heft of a board actually matters to its quality, I think you won't want to go back. So now I kind of, even though I bought a modular keyboard, now I kind of want to build my own keyboard, but that's also very expensive. I mean, I did build this, but I didn't solder it. I'm kind of in it for the build experience. This was my entry into sort of the more advanced mechanical keyboards, like away from the like sort of mainstream, mostly advertised ones. And to be honest, I think it turned out pretty well. I really like the RGB effects on this keyboard too, and I think they're really easy to adjust, especially since you can use the software to even like create macros, even though that's kind of difficult. The software is not the most polished piece of software on the market. But the fact that you can change keyboard effects just by using the function keys so easily is like pretty nice on the fly, especially considering it's like all on the onboard memory, so you don't need to like install a separate piece of software on someone's computer. Thank you guys so much for checking out my review of the GMMK Compact. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe with the notification bell on so you don't miss out on future content. Let me know what I can improve upon for my future reviews in the comments below. I would really appreciate it. If you're early to this video, I am currently streaming the Valorant closed beta over on twitch.tv/alish2001, so you should definitely drop by. Thanks again for watching, guys. Feel free to follow me down below, and I will see you next time.